To the rising sun,
Up in the morning to the rising sun.
gonna run all day till the running's done.
Gonna run all day till the running's done.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Stormgate. Yes, they told us, Blizzard told us that RTS is dead. It is no longer profitable and they are stopping the updates for Starcraft. So Starcraft 2 is basically not getting any more updates and Starcraft 3 is not happening. That's okay. I love RTS, I love Starcraft. And Frost Giant Studios over the last few days has given us info on their new competitive multiplayer RTS Stormgate. And for this video, we're going to check out the new cinematic and we're going to check out an interview they did that actually shows some seconds of gameplay. Now, some people have said, well, what is it? 6-7 seconds of gameplay that does not show anything. Not true. Shows us a little bit of combat, shows us design, shows us style, shows us pacing. And of course, all of that stuff can change, but at least it gives you a little bit of a visual. Now, before we begin, it is mid-June, and I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. Helps push the channel forward in 2022. On top of that, I've officially started a Patreon. Thank you to the first 40 people that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. All right, as always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go right now with the cinematic. Enjoy.
This is Command. Storm's in your way. Prepare for extraction.
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. See you soon. Over. Okay, hurry. Now we're talking. Command, I may be onto something. I have it, Command. Repeat, I have it. Mission accomplished.
Hang tight, Doc. I've got this.
Glad you could make it.
We gotta move. Now. There's a storm coming. And hell's coming with it.
Now, I probably should have mentioned that Frost Giant Studio is made up of developers from Starcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. So they know what a good cinematic is, and they know how to create a great RTS. So what we're gonna do right now is watch a 6-minute interview from the senior dev of Frost Giant and PC Gamer that they did yesterday. Check this out. Let's watch it together. Dev update.
2 years ago, our team assembled with a shared vision to build a brand new real-time strategy game. Together, we've been fortunate to work on some of the greatest RTS games of all time, and now we have a chance to do it again by creating the next evolution of that legacy. Today, we are so excited to share a first glimpse of Stormgate, an exclusive sneak peek into the universe and game that we've been creating for you. Stormgate takes place in an all-new post-apocalyptic setting where science fiction and fantasy collide. Our story begins hundreds of years in Earth's future, following the near extinction of humanity. This great calamity was caused by the Infernal Host, a playable alien race of demonic invaders that are hell-bent on claiming this planet as their own. With our story, we are creating an ever-expanding game universe, told through an ongoing series of campaign missions that you can play solo or cooperatively. New chapters will come out regularly, along with new units, maps, modes,
Co-op campaign with new chapters coming out, and it said that Scourge race is playable.
and plenty of other surprises. In addition to campaign missions, we're building a world-class competitive experience with grassroots and professional tournaments accessible from directly within the game. There will be different leagues suitable for all levels of experience. In our new 3-player co-op versus AI mode, you'll level up your heroes, collect rewards, and customize your forces to open up new styles of gameplay and long-term variety. Stormgate
shows
will be
us
free to
something,
play, but not pay to win, and there will be no NFTs. Beta testing starts next.
Free to play, but not pay to win, and no NFTs, and 3-player co-op through the campaign. And they want to make it competitive. Whenever you hear something about competitive or esports, what that means to me is the game has to be balanced. So there's going to have to be a lot of tweaking done before we get the game to make sure everything is good.
Year, and you can sign up now to reserve your place in line at playstormgate.com.
Built on Unreal Engine 5.
You might happen to know that I'm a huge fan of real-time strategy games. Starcraft is my favorite game. I've played it for 25 years. I still play it, and that's why I am so thrilled today to be talking to Frost Giant Studios. They're a group of amazing developers who have worked on literally my favorite games of all time. And we're here to talk about their brand new, free-to-play, real-time strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. It's Stormgate. And here to talk about it is the CEO and production director at Frost Giant, Tim Morton. Thanks for joining us, Tim.
Thank you so much for having me here.
I want to know about the world. I want to know about the game. Tell us, what is Stormgate?
All right, this is our first game as a new studio. And it is classic real-time strategy, but designed to be more social. We build the game in a universe that ties everything together, but provide different kinds of experiences for players who like different kinds of gameplay. So we've got cooperative campaign mode, also play open-ended co-op, but if you're somebody who really enjoys competition, we've got 1 versus 1, high skill, competitive. And those are very different ways to play in some ways, but they're also all unified by the universe.
1v1 competitive.
So you really get a sense for how to enjoy the game.
And I'm curious a little bit about that core gameplay, because obviously in all these modes you're going to be collecting money, building bases, building units, and so on. And I know that for you, the game feeling really good and really smooth to play is super important. Now, obviously, I come from a time where if the pathfinding is bad, we call that high skill opportunity. But I mean, how do you think about getting the controls, the motions, just the feel of the game to feel good in 2022?
Yeah, it's interesting that RTS is one of the only genres I can think of where you have to have hundreds, even thousands of units synchronized over the network and responsive in a way that high skill, like pro esports players feel good about playing the game. That's not easy. It does require custom technology.
RTS is so much fun.
No engine that you buy off the shelf that does that for you. So we definitely started knowing that and having the benefit of our chief architect, James Anhalt, who did that work previously on Starcraft 2. So we've put a lot of effort into that for sure.
And this is going to be one of the first major RTSs people are aware of that is on Unreal Engine 5. What is it like working in this next generation engine?
It's pretty incredible how far things have come from a graphics perspective, and I think the art team is unlocked in so many ways by what Unreal provides. So we're very excited. We're still learning everything that Unreal can do for us, but even that first cinematic that we debuted, like, that's done in Unreal. So the high quality graphics that you're seeing are actually coming from Unreal.
Yes.
So we've talked a little bit about, for new players, making the game feel a little more approachable, a little bit more streamlined, but obviously, Starcraft, real-time strategy, has this astonishingly long history as a competitive game, as an esport. And I'm curious, how is your team going to approach that?
So a lot of the emphasis
Showed the Marines
around
getting
our
dropped
thinking
behind the
has
Protoss
been focused on what are
miners.
things that we can add, especially around the
Good strat.
gameplay experience. And one of those things is more seamless integration with esports. I mean, being able to sign up, participate in tournaments directly from the client in a way that gives players, even if you're not like top grandmaster, ready to take on Cyril, there's still an opportunity to be the best on your block or the best at your company or the best at your school. So we want to facilitate esports all the way from grassroots level up to the pro level directly in the client.
So, of course, in the history of RTS games, a really important component of them has always been mods. I mean, Warcraft 3, there's players that didn't even play the original game. They just did custom mode after custom mode. Does Stormgate have modding? How are you thinking about the modding community?
A number of members of the Frost Giant team actually came out of the modding community. The team as a whole is very passionate about it. From the outset, we started out applying resources to build a custom editor.
Tower
I think
defense.
there's a lot of opportunity to make improvements to the editing experience for RTS. We are also working on the infrastructure for people to be able to share their mods with each other. So it's really core to us as a team to enable modding, and we're absolutely working on it.
And of course, we have to end with my favorite question of all. When can we play the game and how do we play it, Tim?
So we are going to start our beta in 2023. We already have a site stood up at playstormgate.com to be able to register for the beta. We have a lot of active discussion topics on our subreddit as well, so there's an opportunity to participate in the dialogue around what we're building.
Tim, thank you so much for joining us again today. We just got a chance to talk about Stormgate, the upcoming free-to-play RTS.
And that will do it. By the way, in case anybody was curious, I am Team Protoss. They're my favorite. Because they're the best. What does everybody think? Is there anybody out there that's been itching for a new RTS? I almost went back and started playing some Dawn of War because I've been looking for a game to play. And I know 2023 is a year out and we got D4 and all this other stuff coming out, but I can tell you 100% I will be playing this game. I already signed up for the beta, so I want to know what you think. Does this get you interested? Did you see enough where it tickled your fancy? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said at the beginning of the video, check out my Patreon. I would really appreciate it. We drop a podcast every single week. We have more content coming out. You get direct access to me. You get in our VIP lounge. It is the best way to support me into the future. First link in the description. If you haven't had a chance to join the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're approaching 1,500 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is also in the description. Stormgate, can't wait. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.